Houston Gamblers and the Tampa Bay Bandits. It's 80 degrees around Tampa Bay. The beaches, a lot of folks out there enjoying the sun today. And some say this is a prime opponent for springtime football. But at Tampa Stadium, we're expecting a crowd close to 40,000. And the Bandits figure to be busy trying to handle the run-and-shoot offense of the Houston Gamblers. Hello again, everybody. I'm Keith Jackson, along with our analyst, Lynn Swan. And, Swanee, let's talk about this run-and-shoot offense of the Houston Gamblers. To me, it looks like a covey of quail coming out of a bush when they come off the ball. What about it?
Well, they look like that, but they make me mad. I'm jealous. Actually, I'm envious. As a wide receiver for Pittsburgh, we ran the ball most of the time. But these guys, they throw the ball all the time, and it's a receiver's dream. It's like your birthday every day. It's a gift. Now, last year, Richard Sanders led the league with 115 catches, and his running mate Sanders had 101. And they didn't stop right there, because last week they just took off in that record-setting game by Kelly. Look at the statistics. Touchdowns, passes, 3 people over 100 yards in that passing game. Hey, I'm making a comeback. It'll be in Houston.
Well, they have fun with it. There's no question about it. I think it keeps the morale of the team up. But at the same time, you take Tampa Bay now, bandit ball, as they call it. They play that for fun, too.
But that's just what bandit ball is. It's having fun. It's kind of like little things you do in the park when you're playing football. They'll have the offensive team come off. The punting team will go on. They look like they're going to punt the football. Then the offense will sprint back out there and try another play. Last year, against New Orleans, the Breakers were there. They tried 2 onside kicks in the first half when they didn't have to. That's fun football.
Well, there's some folks around this neighborhood who have been preoccupied all week about figuring out a way to stop this run-and-shoot offense. Of course, Steve Spurrier, the head coach of the Tampa Bay Bandits, is on the field right now with our colleague Tim Brent.
Well, Keith, you're absolutely right. I have to believe that you all have been talking offense. You've been thinking defense most of the week. How do you stop Jim Kelly? What do you do defensively?
Tim, I don't think you're going to stop him completely. What we got to try to do is keep him out of the end zone. And what we got to do is stay on the field some offensively. We can't go out there and throw free balls and come off. We've got to make some first downs and not score in a hurry and try to stay on the field and keep it out of his hands.
So much of their offense is based on the read. Post-snap read, really. The receivers actually read the defensive backs. Do you show them a lot of different looks, mix things up defensively, zone, man combos?
Well, you do so much, but really you just have to sort of be patient, lay back, try to give them some short throws, try to knock the ball loose out of their hands, hope he overthrows some. Just try not to give up the big one right now is what we're sort of thinking.
Former quarterback, former great one, offensively, very innovative coach. Can we see some new wrinkles today?
Well, I hope so. I hope we're moving the ball and staying on the field where we get a lot of opportunities to utilize a lot of our ball plays, but that just depends on how we're going. Hopefully we can do it.
You weren't happy last week with the offensive production. I know John had a rough night. What have you done this week to overcome that?
Well, we've practiced a little harder on throwing and catching, Tim, running correct routes and so forth, and if John can get off to a good start, his confidence seems to build with him, and that's a big key for us, so maybe I need to give him some ball plays he can hit early.
All right, Steve. Good luck today. All right, Keith, back up to you.
And we're just about ready to go as referee Tom White has had the captains of the respective teams, and there is number 12, Jim Kelly, the league's MVP a year ago. And the way he has started out in 1985, he wants a second MVP ring because it was a remarkable week that he had last week, coming off a remarkable year as a rookie. There are 2 ex-foreigners who are doing the kicking here today. Of course, Tony Fritsch is the other. Oh, it's an onside kick by Tampa Bay, and the scramble in the middle of the field, and Houston comes up with a ball. So there you go with your bandit ball. Line up with Sam Harrell in a single-back offense, and then you'll see these other 2 backs move up into what amounts to a slot back. Ricky Sanders and Richard Johnson. Gerald McNeil will be a wide receiver to the left side most of the time, and Scott McGee, number 88, will be the other wide receiver. Up front, it's Kerr, Usher, Khalil, Rosada, Robinson. You've got a 3-man front of Mike Butler, Ron Simmons, and Mike Clark. And Clark and Butler and Simmons are good pass rushers. Nordgren will play in there some, too, with Harrell, Kirchbaum, Office, and Johnson, the linebackers. Secondary is Alvin Bailey, Warren Hanna at the corners, and in the middle, 2 guys who've been around, Zach Henderson and Doug Bedoin, and 10 from the 48 of Houston. looking again. Goes the other way with it, and he's got Johnson. And Johnson fumbles the football as he goes down, but retains possession a yard beyond the marker at the 41-42. Call it the 41 of Tampa. It is 3rd and 10 now. Kelly rolls out, a little shovel pass forward, trying to get the ball to Sam Harrell, and the ball was short of where Sam was standing, and it'll go as an incomplete forward pass and bring up 4th down. Back with Gary Anderson lined up behind him, along with Greg Boone. Wide receivers are Eric Trevelyan, big target. Willie Gillespie is a little lame. Marvin Harvey, the all-league tight end last year, and a good receiver. Mike Pitcock, Foot, Newton, and Smith up front. Defensively for Houston, they open with Crosby, Hughes, Taylor, and Caton up front. The linebackers, the Hawkins brothers, Andy and Mike, Kiki Diella in the middle, and the secondary, Mike Mitchell, who just got here this morning, along with Calvin Eason, Luther Bradley, and Will Lewis. Of course, Luther Bradley was at Arizona a year ago, and Luther's been around a while. So there's good wisdom in the secondary, and up the middle goes Greg Boone. And Boone gets what appears to be a first down as he pounds across the 30.
Tampa only worries about the pass.
Reeves on a roll. Man wide open is Harvey. And the tight end's got another first down for the Bandits as he reaches the Houston 42. Mike Mitchell rolled him out of bounds. A little more freedom. 3rd down and 3 now as John Reeves brings the Bandits up to the ball and give it to Gary Anderson outside. Oh, he got a great block by Greg Boone. A tremendous block by Boone. Opened the door for him, and Anderson goes for the first down at the 20. On 2nd and 6, Reeves throws. Pass good. 5-yard line. Caught by Eric Trevelyan. Instead, it's 1st and goal from the 5, and Anderson has it. Looks for the corner, gets there. Touchdown.
Tremendous game of 143 yards. He felt extremely comfortable. He was due for a good year. Wasn't happy with just getting 1,000 yards in the last game of the 1984 season. He feels he is due to break open many ball games in 1985.
The Bandits take the ball at their 20 and stick it in the end zone.
That drive took 8 plays and 3 minutes and 46 seconds. And that's not the fastest drive, but again, taking up a little more time than scoring on 1 or 2 plays, which is to the advantage of Tampa.
7-0. The Bandits break on top. Field, so it's quite a comfortable setting for the players and most comfortable for the fans. Jack Pardee went through some agony last week in Los Angeles as his team fell behind 33-13. The kick by Zeno Goodwin goes down to the 6. Verdun again. Verdun gets to the outside. He's gone. No flags behind him. It is 94 yards, touchdown.
All the receivers for this team run about a 4.5 or a 4.4 in the 40-yard dash. Clarence Verdun is a backup receiver on this ball club. And if Ricky Sanders or Richard Johnsons can't play, he'll be play a prominent role as a receiver. Here, he just gets downfield, picks up great blocking. It's not even touched.
Tony, in his warm-ups last week in the jumping jacks, pulled a muscle. Now he says he'll only exercise his hands during jumping jacks. He had one against Jacksonville last year, and here he is with Tim Brandt.
All right, Keith, it ties your record, Keith just said, with the long one you had last year. Tell us where you saw it open up.
That's my first 10 steps. I saw execution on the left side was great blocking. The hole was there, and it was me and the kicker. I know it was one-on-one. I was running.
You told me you run a 4.2. Is that true?
Oh, yeah. Good day, I might run better. Like the hell out of my mind.
I won't race him.
Tampa Bay goes to work from the 22. Ball is given to Gary Anderson, and he is caught behind the line of scrimmage, run bound by number 59, Andy Hawkins. Inside the 20, near the 19. Boone and Anderson are the setbacks for the Bandits. Double wide. Reeves will throw. Short. Anderson shakes a man. He's in the middle. Gary Anderson shows you some moves. Good for a first down up to the 36. Here's Verdun. Took it 94 yards on the kickoff for a touchdown, and that's where we are at 7 as Reeves rolls it right. finally throws it downfield, and it is intercepted by Andy Hawkins. Was he inbounds? He was inbounds.
That time, John Reeves really should have gotten to the ball. You see the pressure on him right there. The receiver hadn't even turned around. He really should have thrown it out of bounds because all his receivers were pinned to the sideline.
John had been better just to tiptoe on out of bounds and eaten it. Kelly on a drop. Goes down the middle. Pass is caught. And good at the 32-yard line by Gerald McNeil, who is playing with a sprained thumb. Tackle. The kid doesn't know anything about fear or danger. And watch him. At 140 pounds, goes right down the middle.
If you're at 140 pounds and you go down the middle, you either have to think that positively or be crazy.
Feed him!
Again, it's in the middle and short to Clarence Verdun, and Verdun gets to the outside, and he is thrown out of bounds at the 23. Verdun is in the ball game now because Ricky Sanders, on his first play today, apparently has sprained an ankle and may have some trouble coming by. No, it's a knee before Houston is on that pace. Second down and about a half a yard. Kelly going to put it up again. Goes down the middle. He's got Johnson inside the 5. First and goal at the 4. Kelly still throwing. Coming across the middle. It's touchdown for Richard Johnson. Kelly getting good protection. Hung in the pocket. Waited for somebody to break out of the pack. It was Richard Johnson, and the Houston Gamblers have gone back to the lead.
Well, when this passing team gets into scoring territory so deep, anywhere inside the 20, you have a better chance at covering them because you don't have as much room to run. Kelly does a good job staying open there, waiting for his receiver to pop open.
He was the USFL scoring leader a year ago with 130 points. Here's your touchdown play.
Here's another shot of it. Soft pass because his receiver is not that far away. That was not as tight a spiral as Kelly.
Tampa, one of the fastest growing areas in the country, as the Houston Gamblers cash in an opportunity.
We're here with Jim Kelly. Jimmy, tell me about the reads out there. I know you told me the receivers have to read as much as you do.
They sure do, and they're doing a good job at it. I'm getting some time, and that's what I like. It's a matter of going out there and executing and doing what we're supposed to do.
Have they done anything defensively that you didn't expect?
Well, they're showing us exactly what we looked at last year. Come with the same thing they did to us last year.
Okay, Keith.
Last year, Tampa Bay won 20-17. It is Greg Boone carrying on the quick opener, and Boone comes up near the 34, so they'll be looking at a third down here in about 3 yards. Right now, Tampa looking at third down and about 7.5 with Joel Blunt in the backfield now, making his first appearance of the day. Reeves gets the ball off just as he is hit by Andy Hawkins. Hawkins coming from the blind side, got there just before John Reeves turned it loose.
But they were set and they were coming after them.
Man positions kick. Tight spiral. Long. Way back. McNeil. He gets away. He can fly.
He's gone.
No flags. Touchdown, Houston.
Gerald McNeil gives him a little bit of a Baylor flash. This hole is so big, there's just no way. There's just no way a player from this team is going to stop him. No one has the speed to catch up to him. He's gone.
I'll tell you one guy that wasn't going to catch him is Zenon Andrusicki. He won the play now in the first quarter. Houston has jumped out to a 21-7 lead. Here's a look at one of these guys that can give you a 4-3. But I thought the coverage was pretty loose here.
The coverage was loose. It was a long kick, a long punt, Keith, and he actually outkicked the coverage. And then combine that with the fact that Gerald McNeil made a great move, catching that punt over his shoulder, spinning away from the first man, then the rest was history. Because
Heavy rides the burden on John Reeves.
This is where a coach begins to get more gray hair, Keith. When you get a team like Houston and you've got to play match 'em.
Anderson. And coming across from the side, defensive end Cleveland Crosby brought him down. And if Cleveland doesn't get a hold of him, Anderson might well have popped out of there, and it'd been a foot race to the corner. Trevelyan at the wide receiver spot, give the ball to Anderson again. He gets a kick-out block on the right side, and on 2nd down and 3, he picks up 5 and a first down. Sideline pattern by Reeves. Pass is caught, but it's well short of the first down. Eric Trevelyan back in the ball game, making the reception in front of Will Lewis. Tampa Bay now faces the dreaded experience of having to punt the ball. Gerald McNeil, who went 79 yards, and
Bandit ball.
Here comes Bandit ball for you. Timeout called by Houston. And almost got away with it. But Houston took it at midfield and 48-yard line and couldn't do anything with it in the first possession. 4th and 6, they're going. First down at the 27-yard line. Spencer Jackson.
Now watch this coverage. There are 2 receivers going out to your right. There are 2 people on the man-for-man and the safety over the top. This safety is waiting for someone to break to the inside. But what he does...
28 of Houston, first down Bandits. Short man up front is Boone. And Bodie is inside the 25, spinning to the 22.
Receiving and... rushing.
He's out as a wide receiver right now. They give the ball to Boone, and Greg Boone punches in over the 19, but short of the first down. Left side on this play. 4th and 1. How do I know that? I was eavesdropping. Well, he may have it, but it's close because Kiki Diala, the middle linebacker, filled that hole like a falling tree, and nope, he's short by half a yard. So it was Diallo who made the defensive play that stopped Gary Anderson. Called stay on the defense as Kelly swings it out to the right side, and for the first time today, Sam Hurrell, the lone running back, handles the ball, and when Sam goes out into the pass flow, he becomes the 5th receiver after having his knee scoped. 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, Kelly wants to throw it, and does, and it's good for the first down to Hurrell. So instead of the conventional play where you'd give the ball to a running back and he'd stick his head in the stack, he stood around back there for a good 8-9 seconds before he finally found somebody to throw, and now Kelly again. Now throws. Caught by Johnson. Richard Johnson tiptoes out of bounds about the 49-yard line. Tim Brett now with John Reeves, the Tampa Bandits quarterback.
Go to Roger!
Roger defense. Kelly looks, pumps, brought down behind the line of scrimmage by Fred Northman. So he's acquainted with the Bermuda.
Well, he personally was sacked 75, and the team was sacked 82. What you're not seeing right here.
Loss of 6, 3rd and 16. Sideline man wide open is Vince Corville, and Vince has the first down last week in that 4th quarter comeback against Los Angeles.
See a semi-roll by Kelly. He wants to see the whole field, just a little hook route. But if you don't think Vince is looking for a place to run, he just turns, spins, trying to find a little alley.
3rd down and 8. Pressure, but Kelly gets it away, and the pass is incomplete. The ball short hopped by Richard Johnson. So Kelly knew that pressure was coming. He could see it, 2 of them in front of him, and he could hear the one coming from the blind side. So
4th and 8, and they're going for it.
Kelly's pass down the middle. It is
Caught.
Did he hang on?
Yes, he did.
Call the ambulance. Sam Hurrell makes a great catch in.
Well, folks, you've probably heard it 1,000 times, but you're going to hear it one more. If you're going to be a receiver, and go after a pass, you might as well catch it, because no matter what the outcome, you're going to be hit.
They lofted the ball into him and gave him a chance. On first down, Kelly rolls, throws to the corner. It's touchdown by Corville. A timing play.
Oh, well, once the ball was within reach, all he did was make a little move to the inside, get down low, scoop it up, hang on to it for the touchdown.
Well, I tell you what, Jeff George had him well covered, but Corville and Kelly know each other well enough now and Tampa Bay failing on fourth down. They pay for it as Houston leads now 28-7. 7 minutes and 4 seconds in that. Is that right? It's abnormal. They don't hold the ball that long normally. Here's John Reeves, sideline pattern, almost picked off. Good coverage by number 35, Mike Mitchell. Deep drop by Reeves. Down the middle with it. The pass is good at midfield. Caught by Larry Brodsky. Brodsky out of Miami. And Larry never was the fleetest of the fleet. But ball at midfield, first down. Tampa Bay's got one timeout remaining. Houston 2, 4:06 to go, first half. Little play action, trying to set up. Anderson on the other side has one man in front. Gets a good block. And Anderson sprints for a first down as he reaches the Houston 38.
Keith, and these guys are having a ball. Now, the last time Tampa Bay came out on defense, they came out with 6 defensive backs on you guys, and they were playing man. Do you like that?
I really like it. You know, it gives us a chance to just go man on man, speed on speed. And on that particular touchdown, we had a choice call whereby I had the option of running the post or the out, and he gave me a cover 2 look, and I just ran the fade. Special K threw it to the spot.
All right, Keith, he says there's not a defensive back in the league that can stop him.
You might be right. Little short pattern here to Greg Boone, and Boone is close to another first down for Tampa Bay as he gets inside the 30 near the 28. Until they get it right, and obviously these people have done just that. Second down and 1. It is Boone for the first down. So Greg Boone will give Tampa Bay a first down just short of the 26-yard line where Van Hughes brought him down. Good catch by Brodsky. He's got a first down inside the 15 at the 14. Caught it in front of Will Lewis. Whoop, Houston got caught in the neutral zone. It must have got back. There's a flag finally, but the strike down the middle, touchdown for Spencer Jackson. There's 2 flags, and I think it will go against Houston for being in the neutral zone. The board with this play.
Now watch Spencer Jackson after he makes his catch. He believes he's going to get hit, so he is really not going to move. He's bracing for a blow, but they miss him. Lifts his head up and sees the end zone's only.
And it's now a 28-14 ball game, and here's Smokey.
And there goes Smokey. Smokey doesn't come out in the field for too long a period of time. Take another look. John just doing what he intended to do, straight out
He
that
zipped
passing.
that ball right by the umpire's ear, didn't he?
Yeah, he better duck. He better duck.
That's a good way to get a
ball game, the ability to do both, score quickly and possess the football.
This is Scott McGee returning this one. Another one of those wide receivers, and he pops into the open and almost got out of there. Whoa, out to the 46-yard line. I thought Scott was gone. At the 49, followed a 3-yard pickup, second down 7. Kelly quickly to Clarence Verdun, and Verdun with his speed. Again, not that big, 5'8", 160, but he's
in the entire league with Reggie White from Tennessee anchoring their defensive line.
Third and inches, and they're going to throw. Kelly going deep with it, and nobody there. It should be picked. Oh, my gosh, he dropped it.
Come back to him and would have been wide open.
Yeah, there was a lot of real estate. No white church in it. There's your first down as Sam Harrell carries it down to about the 37-yard line of Tampa Bay, and the time remaining 1:22. But all day now he's in trouble. Number 79, Mike Clark, kept hand fighting his way, and Kelly had used more than his allotted time. Got a man wide open. It is Vince Purvill, and Purvill goes for the first down. It needed 17 yards. He got 18. Kelly back. Oh, he's got a man in the corner over here wide open, and the ball is fumbled down the middle, and Tampa Bay has covered it. Apparently they're going to... No, I don't think that was a completed pass, and here comes the man from the side now who is waving it off, isn't he?
I'll try to interrupt you, but I think right here is where, if they don't call it a fumble, that Steve Spurrier should exercise his prerogative and challenge. An official's going to go out.
How does he have it? Yeah, looks like, I guess he does have it.
Looks like possession.
That's number 88, Scott McGee, who was walloped. Couldn't hear him.
Obviously, from the reaction of the fans,
he's ruling against him.
ruling against it. Ball comes back. It's an incomplete pass.
So the ball now is on the 21, where it's 4th down and 5 for Houston. 38-yard field goal try by Tony Fritsch is good. So Steve Spurrier loses his appeal of the ruling, and at 35 seconds to go in the first half, the venerable Austrian comes onto the field to kick a 38-yard field goal and make it 31-14.
See, since this rule is using the replay is so new, Cal Lepore is right next to us in the booth at halftime. I'm going to ask him what his interpretation of that was.
Ball skitters on the ground, picked up short by Tampa at the 24-yard line. Dwayne Anderson, and Anderson gets to the outside and gets out of bounds with 24 seconds to play in the first half. Don't write Tampa off. They can move that ball themselves. Reeves drops back. Looks short. Has to go short. Throws to Greg Boone, and Boone is thrown down. They may not get there. 2, 1, half's over. Didn't get it off. Didn't get it off. The crowd was making a lot of noise, and Reeves couldn't get the wide people to hear the play that he was calling. We've got a penalty flag down. It'll have to be on the defense in order for the half to be continued, and apparently not. It's against the offense because both teams are going to the clubhouse. And so, after the first half of play, here's Tim Brandt now with Steve Spurrier.
First thing I'm going to ask you, Steve, is about the challenge here.
Well, it looks like he got caught it and fumbled. Got hit and fumbled, didn't he?
I'll tell you this, from our end zone angle, it looked like a fumble on the replay.
Well, I think everybody knew it was. I don't know why the refs didn't change it. But I don't know. They didn't change it. I don't know.
Steve, what do you have to do to get back in the ballgame? 31-14 against Houston.
Well, we got to play better on 3rd and 4th down. Our defense has played well. A lot of downs in the 3rd and 4th downs. We've let them hit some passes, and then offensively, we hadn't played very well. Had a chance to get some points right here, and John throws it to a guy, and we get tackled. We're not playing very smart. Hopefully, we'll play smarter and play better next half.
All right.
So at halftime here in Tampa Stadium, the Houston Gamblers lead by 17, 31-14. With that kind of abuse. Here goes John back again. Goes down the middle with it. This time it is caught by Spencer Jackson. And Jackson has a first down. And a penalty flag comes out of the pocket of one of the officials on the field as the tackle was being made.
Grabbing a face mask. 35 on the defense. First down.
Inadvertent 5-yard call goes with the inadvertent face mask by Mike Mitchell.
You see Spencer's got the ball there coming across, and as Mitchell comes across to grab him, he grabs a face mask.
First down at the Houston 35-yard line. So the Bandits are moving it here as we start the second half of play. Reeves throws. Penalty flag on the field as Harvey makes the catch and goes down at the 20. Let's see about the penalty. If it's against Houston, then Tampa Bay is operating at the Gambler 20.
It will involve Adrian Simpson and Eric Trevelyan.
Number 21 on the defense. The penalty is
They declined the penalty on the holding call against Simpson. They'll take the play instead, which is good to the 20, and it's first down, Tampa Bay. They put it in the end zone here, and this thing's very much alive. Of course, Houston hasn't been on the field in the second half.
No, they haven't. That's the reason why they have a better score.
Anderson flips and slides down at the 25. Which figures everybody else is right-handed, so he ran his to the left side, which causes the defense to be a half step off. Oh, my gosh, Brodsky is wide open and falls down at the 9-yard line. There are penalty flags on the field, and may wipe that one out, but Larry was all alone. So they've got a double tight end alignment now.
4 seconds in the 30-second clock.
Gets it off. Gives it to Anderson. Gary Anderson cuts it to the 5. What that is, it could be Boone.
It's going to go right between the guard and the center on the left side.
It's Anderson.
Oh, no.
Bounces outside with it and gets down to about the 2. Well, there was no place to go between guard and center. That door. Anderson is also out. Well, they've got Boone alone remaining back as they move Trevelyan into a slot. And Reeves rolls that way, throws Trevelyan. Touchdown, Bandits.
John Reeves just came out, called his plays, and executed. Didn't worry too much about the shifting and changing of the defense by the Houston Gamblers. The result was a long drive and a touchdown.
Reeves was 4 out of 5 on the drive, 58 yards, including 3 first downs. Well, hold your breath. After the touchdown march, Tampa Bay is going to kick off.
Houston from scoring on two touchdowns on special teams.
Darrell Clark is in there as the lone remaining back now for Houston as Kelly rolls off the snap, looks down the middle, and pulls it down. And that time, the Bandit secondary did a good job covering up the receivers. Linebacker, number 50, James Harrell, had dropped off, and second down and 8. About the 40. Kelly goes short. Pass is caught by Verdun. Verdun is thrown out of bounds. They got him at about the 42.
Go Steve! Steve!
Kelly's going deep down, and it is caught. And on his way to the end zone, Gerald McNeil. Touchdown, Gamblers. Now watch this. You'll see to the right, I don't know if you'll be able to see it enough, but to the right of the picture, the ball is thrown here to McNeil over there by himself.
Well, the defense
is Verdun
of Tampa was in a zone coverage, and it's a combination of McNeil's speed, just getting beyond the underneath coverage, the linebackers. Take another look at it. You see Kelly firing it downfield, linebacker coverage underneath. Now, as a receiver, you have to have a great deal of confidence that every time you catch a pass, anywhere beyond 15 or 20 yards, you can have room to run and score.
Bridges' kick was good. 3 plays, 62 yards, a minute and a half. Boom, boom. If he'd been able to get past Van Hughes, he would have had some room. But Hughes knocked him up.
Giving up some ground in an effort to find some room to run. More often, they're getting caught for less yardage. Right, that moves.
3rd and 16. Reeves passes away and intercepted by Luther Bradley. He tried to force it, and he paid for it. So Bradley, who, what was it last year? He had 6 interceptions.
Last year, he had 6 interceptions against the Bandits. Walker was covered, but look at how soft this pass comes through the air. It's not a bullet. It just floats. This gives Bradley time to adjust to it, come back. The receiver falls down. He can't come back to the ball hard enough, and it's an easy pickoff. Now, Luther.
Tampa's 20. Kelly's pass down the middle is caught by Verdun. Touchdown. Just like that. Boy, they are quick.
only took 5 seconds. For a great play, here you're seeing the perfect example of what they can do consistently in a ball game. Scoring 5 seconds, scoring 11 seconds, scoring 7 minutes to possess the clock if they choose to.
So it is now, with 6:38 to play in the third quarter, 45-21. That's going to be intercepted, and it is picked off by number 38, Durwood Rockemore. And Rockemore has lateraled the ball off to Luther Bradley, and Bradley keeps pounding upfield, and Houston will have the ball just short of the Tampa Bay 35. In the end zone, but instead he tries to go to the underneath man, and a penalty flag finally. And after all of that milling around, it's almost surely holding. 3rd and 20. And a penalty flag thrown as Kelly is caught. James Harrell, outside linebacker, fighting his way through the traffic, got him right around the ankles and brought him down back across midfield. He got him champion. Tampa Bay now, first down at the 20 with Jimmy Jordan in there at quarterback. Jordan's pass is complete. Up around the 24, short pickup to Jerry Price. A loud airplane cruising around over the stadium. Pass for the first down. Trevelyan gives ground and gives up the first down. So once again, Tampa receiver makes the catch all right, but then gives up a yard or so as he curls back looking for room. If he had 3rd and 2 now instead of being a first down. And they don't get the first down. So now they're looking at 4th and 2. 4th and 2 from their own 28. That was good. Tampa will turn over the ball to Houston at their own 28-yard line.
Well, the last time Houston had the football.
3. So far. Oh, he thought he was going to get sacked, but he gets away, and Hook slides down at the 22.
Pardee, selected last year as the coach of the year in the USFL.
Second down and about 3 as they run a draw play with Darrell Clark. Clark has a first down. Second-year man out of Texas, 195-pounder, pounds his way down to the 15-yard line.
Find yourself covering swift receivers all day, crossing in and out of your territory.
5 defensive backs as Kelly goes down the middle with it to Burdan. He gets some help. Short of the first down, though, as he's run out of bounds near the 7. Kelly hands it inside. Ball is fumbled. There's a man in a white shirt on top of it. The 5-yard line, so it's a turnover, and Tampa Bay will turn the Houston Gamblers away this time. 3rd and 5 from the 10. Trevelyan, great catch, first down. Get out of bounds. Instead, he fights his way back into the field, and the clock will keep running. Adrian Simpson brought him down. The clock keeps on running, though. Key thing. Handoff goes to Gary Anderson over the left side. He's got about 5. Moves the football from the 30 up near the 43. Lead. 3rd and 2. They go to Blunt, and Blunt's got the first down for the Bandits down around the Houston 45. Beat Arizona 16-14. Would not want to have supper with Frank Cook. Back goes Jordan on 2nd and 10. Throws, pass caught. Short of the first down by Gary Anderson out of the backfield. He was hurt. Anderson pitches it back to Jordan. Jordan's got Trevelyan wide open down the middle and goes to the wrong man, and it's intercepted. He tried to throw the ball deep downfield, and Durwood Rockemore comes up with the interception, and he's still working at it. Finally, they put him down up around the 26, leading 45-21. And the reason for Dillon being in is obvious. 1, the team is sitting on a 24-point cushion. 2, he needs the work. sort of a screen set up for Darrell Clark. And Clark close to a first down, but looks like he's about a yard short. Birmingham was a heavy favorite. Jordan, the air, to the sidelines. Trevelyan, first down. Pass complete up at the 37. With our man, Tim Brand.
All right, Keith, he is through for the day. 79 points in 2 weeks, and you had some opportunities here that you missed. It's awesome.
Well, thank you. It's just a matter of us going out there and executing. And like I said a long time ago, if I get the time to throw it, we can do it. And our special team's been doing an excellent job, and our defense is out there right now. It's about the same time we were last week when we came back, and just hopefully our defense can hold them today.
How would you defend against it?
Pardon?
How would you defend against your own offense?
I don't know. It's tough. I don't know. The only thing I can say is if we screw up ourselves and make mistakes like fumbles like happened there, and I guess just mental mistakes on our own part.
All right, Jimmy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Keith?
Dillon, a little quick pop to the sideline. The pass is good to Bruce, and Mark Bruce steps out of bounds after picking up about 5 yards. This time he hit Scott McGee. And it looked like the ball came loose, but it's going to be ruled a catch, apparently.
And a fumble.
And a fumble, and Tampa Bay's ball. Back goes Jordan, rolling. Wants to go deep, throws it. Carter's down there. Got it. Touchdown.
And Jimmy Jordan team up.
Carter's only rookie on this squad. With getting playing time, too.
Well, see Jimmy Jordan putting everything he had in that pass, getting it high and deep. Excellent pass is dropped in right over the shoulder of Simpson into the hands of Stephen Carter.
Up Jimmy Jordan's morale at that, I would say, and he might very well win that starting job back because he had the starting job. Look out for this. There's your onside kick, and it is covered by Houston at the 44. Mike Mitchell diving ahead and covering the ball at the 44. Bob Dillon back to throw it. Nope, gave it off inside. Well, that was good ball handling because I didn't see the handoff. He popped it into Darrell Clark's stomach so quickly. Back.
Well, they've got a good solid line with Pete Kugler in there. And if they're getting some help from their linebackers and secondary people, they should be pretty solid.
Dillon is sacked. Storming through. Fred Nordgren, number 68, and he decks Dillon back at the 45.
But I'll be ready next week.
All right, Ricky Sanders is out. Richard Johnson was hurt coming in, so they've had some injuries, Keith.
Dale Walters shoots a sky-high howitzer into the air. The Gamblers are going to kill it way down there, just short of the goal line. Maybe a yard out. Anthony Brock down to cover that high, towering punt. Paved road, the dirt oval, and motocross course.
Safety.
They got him in the end zone. It was Lloyd Lewis, number 68, out of Texas A&I, who has the lineman's dream. He got the quarterback and decked him in the end zone, and it's now 47-28. Teams, at least on paper, that we've seen so far. Andrusician punts it, and McNeil has it at the 26.
Oh, no!
Look out! He goes out of bounds. And he is hit out of bounds, so tack on a personal foul to his return. Gerald McNeil, exciting. Had it McNeil, it burned him already.
That's right. I was about to say before they punted.
Personal foul. Late hit out
no
of
safe
bounds.
situation.
Number 26, Tampa Bay.
No safe situation for the Bandits having to punt the football. With all the trouble they've gotten into this year on special teams, this game and special teams scoring points. Making sure you get out of it in one piece.
Dillon back again for McGee and overthrows on the play. He had double coverage. Well, it brings up fourth down. I'm losing count. Feel like I've been here a week. 3 minutes to go. It's Denver 40 and Birmingham 23 now. When you have the Gamblers, bring a picnic lunch, right? 36-yard field goal for Tony Fritsch. Got it. So he's kicked 38 and 36. And Tampa Bay now goes to a half 100. Look at that.
Kelly's rubbing the top of his head for good luck or what?
Hey, Timmy, go over there and ask Tony.
Tony.
There you go. All right.
What do you want to know?
First, how's his health?
How's your health?
Oh, I tell you, I feel good. Today, this game for a kick is the best practice, I could kick him all afternoon.
You're no young chicken anymore.
I mean, I'm still 39 and holding, I said this already 4 or 5 years ago, but still I hit him pretty good on that field time,
All right, Keith.
Ask him if he intends to pass up the warm-up programs. I know he pulled a muscle in the jumping jacks exercise last week. He's delightful. There was a good return by Carter. Jordan hooks up with Brodsky, and the Bandits now have it on Houston's side of the field, and here you've got a penalty flag thrown after the catch. Down the middle, overthrown. Could have been picked off. Almost was by Tommy Myers. 10 teams at 1-1 after this weekend. Could have. In fact, will have. Jordan shoots it. This time it is caught by Carter. And so Steve Carter now, the youngster out of Albany State, beginning to run up numbers that will total a big ball game for him. And Gerald McNeil with 10.
All right, Keith, we've talked about this offense and the wide receivers, but really what broke the game open early was the return play, and you had those long runs.
Yeah, we worked real hard on our special teams. Myself and Clarence, for them, we made it a #1 goal this year. We're going to lead the league in returns. We're going to set the stage for offense. Everybody talk about how we produce from traditional offenses. We got a little fast guys, so we really want to work real hard on special teams.
All right, thanks, Joe.
Back goes Jordan again on 2nd and 10. Goes the short way, hits Jerry Price, the tight end, and Price looks like he's a little short of his first down. On 3rd and 3, it is picked off, intercepted by number 21, Adrian Simpson, and he fumbles it back, and Tampa recovers it. Adrian was trying to change hands with the ball. So it's first down from the 30. This one's picked off by Tommy Myers. And Myers waiting for some help. And the veteran comes back to about the 39. So Jimmy Jordan has suffered the indignity of successive interceptions on successive plays. And Houston with the ball. 2nd down and 7. Dillon's caught behind the line of scrimmage by James Harrell. Harrell, who plays that outside linebacker almost like a cornerback. Just trying to find some lightning. Steve Spurrier put Jimmy Jordan in there. Jimmy's done a good job as well, as Carter catches and twists ahead for the first down. Last snap of the game. Good to Price. Price is dragged down at the 47. The ball game is over. Your final score, Houston 50, Tampa Bay 28. Stay tuned next on the West Coast for ABC Sports Beat with Howard Cosell.